In news from Parliament this week, Central Grand Bahama Member of Parliament Nico Grant raised concern about bribery on the part of politicians. He was responding to an article in the Nassau Guardian. Comments were attributed to the CEO of Stella Waste, who said that he had given small sums of money to the FNM and PLP. Mr. Grant declared that he was not to be held accountable in that issue, as he had never met the CEO, and called for a police investigation into the matter and the names of those MPs to be disclosed. This suggestion was supported by Prime Minister Perry Christie.
These words seem to suggest that he has bribed a Bahamian public officials, and this action requires an investigation by the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Dr. Zanaboni should not be allowed to come into this country and smear the good names of the honorable members of this House of Assembly. Mr. Speaker, I respectfully submit that he must be made to substantiate these ridiculous claims.
I know in another parliament, on a matter similar to this kind, contempt was issued by the parliament. But again, your research would indicate how other parliaments dealt with circumstances where a member raised a point that was shared by other members. And so this side would have no objection at all to that point.
Attorney Waymon Monroe's suggestion to implement flogging as a form of punishment for migrants entering this country illegally continues to spark outrage and concerns by members of the Grand Bahama Human Rights Association. GBHRA President Fred Smith is of the view that the suggestion is inhumane and is asking Monroe to reconsider his comments. Well, Monroe fired back on Friday, stating that he is sticking by his suggestion and challenged others to jump on board.
Looking crossly at people is inhumane. There's nothing inhumane about it. Kamari Charlton, a Bahamian, was caned in Singapore and expelled. I didn't hear the Grand Bahama Human Rights Society say a thing about that. The bottom line to it is, if you are strictly compliant with the laws, you have no cause for concern. It's not in anybody's interest to encourage lawlessness. And a lot of the stands taken by the Grand Bahama Human Rights Association and other activists, to me, amount to actively encouraging and, like the old people say, cloaking wrongdoing, cloaking breaches of our law.
The Christmas season is in the air, and students over in North Andros are spreading the holiday cheer. On Friday, the talents of these youngsters were on full display at the Ministry of Education's annual District Christmas Carol service. Julian Gibson was there.
Under the theme, Let There Be Peace, a number of primary schools took part in the Christmas program. Let's start with Nicholstown Primary School singing, "O Come All Ye Faithful."
Oh, come let the Lord, adore Him Christ the Lord.
Up next, it was B.A. Newton Primary School out of Red Bays, dancing like angels. Not getting left out, drama. Mastic Point Primary School, showing their skills in drama, performed a skit.
You can ask the Uncle Josiah for help. He got plenty money. That old Scrooge, he's so mean. He won't give you the spread of each rock.
And it was Lausanne Primary School, singing the Bahamian Little Drummer Boy. Also rendering their selection was the Student Christian Movement from the North Andros High School.
Give Him glory, for He's the King of Kings.
Now, for a number of community leaders, they spoke to the students about the real reason for the season.
No matter where you go, not everyone will dance to the same music. However, it is important that as we celebrate Christmas, we are reminded of our theme, Let there be peace.
I want to take this opportunity to encourage each and every one of you this Yuletide season to give an abundance of love. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life.
Now, in his Christmas message, Reverend Dr. Samuel Fowler will encourage the students and staff of the North Andros District at this Christmas time to show peace and love. Reporting for the ZNS News Network, I am Julian Gibson.
Thanks, Julian. Coming up in ZNS Total Sports, high school basketball highlights from Atlantis. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition.